Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Steve and Margot. We're a retired couple who sold everything, bought a 20-year-old motorhome and are currently touring around Europe. We've been through France and Spain and now we're currently in Portugal, and we'd love it if you join us on our adventures. Our way to these big sand dunes now, and you're going to climb up them, aren't you?
In your dreams, yeah.
They look pretty big from where we're parked, so I would think they'll be even bigger when we get here, but I'm sure you'll get up them okay. I'll stand at the bottom and film. You can roll down them.
Yeah. Give it a go.
So we're in an area called São Martinho de Porto, parked up just across the road from this impressive horseshoe bay. This is the Duna de Salir, Porto, and it's the highest sand dune in Portugal, measuring over 50 metres high, and it sits on the banks of the Tornado River. So we're just going to see how easy it is to climb up. Piece of cake.
The whole shot of my big thumb.
Yeah. Now you'll probably do your back in because you've got to come down as well, unless I roll you down. Well, I'm security officer looking after the bikes, of course, and Margot is attempting an ascent of the sand dune. Oh dear, she's going to wish she didn't do that. Keep going, you've got to get to the top before that cloud gets there and ruins the shot. Well, there you go, she's made it all the way up there. No mean feat, I can assure you. And considering she's nearly 70 years old, I think that's worth a big thumbs up, folks. And as the intrepid explorer disappears into the distance, it's another successful mission. And the main town we're in is called São Martinho de Porto. It's halfway between Porto and Lisbon, and it's well worth a visit. And there's lovely beaches inside a horseshoe-shaped cove and an inlet that leads you to this sand dune. And here she comes, folks. Oh, well, that was easy.
Thought I better do one heroic thing on this trip. Actually going up was heavy on the calves, but coming down was a bit challenging on the balance. So yeah. No, it was good.
I haven't got the heart to tell you, there's actually a cycle path just round there that goes right up to the top.
No, I probably needed the exercise. Probably won't walk tomorrow, my back will be out, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll it tomorrow. Well, I'm exhausted, that was hard work.
I need some water now, I'm off.
And after a drink and a cake, we left, but we were stopped by some locals.
Saw it now.
We're pushing the bike. Apparently, riding your bike on these boardwalks is really frowned upon. In fact, it's enforced. And there's quite a heavy fine if you get caught. On our way out we checked and they were dead right. There's actually signs everywhere saying no cycling. We decided to cycle all the way around the bay. It was about 4 kilometres to like a harbour section and a walkway where we come across this hole in the wall. It's been cut out by hand many years ago, but when you go through it, it brings you to the other side of the bay, which was quite rough and rugged compared to the calm the other side. And we'd been out for a fair old while now, and as the sun started to set across this lovely bay, we made our way back to the motorhome. And this is where we are. I can't pronounce the name, but it translates to Blue Bay Campsite. And I must say, we wasn't too impressed with the site. €15.35 a night, and that was with no hookup. Even the showers there were cold, so wouldn't really recommend it. It's the fact that it's right on the beach that gives it its prime position and premium rate, I suppose. So the daytime market that we found is only 10 minutes away from the campsite, and as evening fell, it got even busier. Apparently they were having a religious festival to celebrate one of the saints here in Portugal, and the village green was literally rammed with food stalls and entertainment, and there were families there, and it was a really good atmosphere. There was a band due to come on and play as well, but it got to 10 o'clock and they were still eating and drinking, and no one had come on stage, so we made our way back, grabbed ourselves an ice cream, and you can cut through to the beach from any point along the front. So we went down, relaxed, and just ate our ice cream before strolling back.
Morning, folks. Well, we're up after a late night last night, so we took a stroll to go and see what was going on, and we left at about 10ish, and they still hadn't had the band playing yet. Well, every day they have a special music artist, is that right?
Yeah.
Playing. Yeah, so they hadn't had this fella on yet by 10 o'clock, so we were making our way home and people were still arriving for this music concert.
Yeah, they're all having food. There's loads of food venues there.
Oh, yes.
They're all families and old and young and everything, but it got a bit late for us old fogies. So we came back to bed. But we're going to be leaving today, heading to Nazaré, which is a very famous place. They recorded the biggest surfing waves ever there, so that should be interesting. Problem is, for the last 5 days we've been off grid, just relying on solar, and we haven't had a lot of solar, and we haven't driven far, so the batteries haven't been topped up. We're down to 35%.
Yeah, it's not that sunny this morning either, but that could change in an instant too, so we'll see what happens.
There's no motorhome parking in Nazaré, but we've found like a big car park where there seems to be lots of vans, or we found it on Google Maps, so we'll try that first, and then our backup plan is to go park in Lidl.
Trusty old Lidl's car park.
Yeah,
might save the day.
Well, it might do. They've got 4 motorhome spaces specially reserved for motorhomes to stay overnight, so we'll try there. If they're full, well, we'll have to have a plan C, but we don't know what it is yet.
I'll have to look for a cemetery or something. I see lots of people parked there.
Yeah.
No.
But anyway, we're going to be packed up in a minute
and ready to roll.
Yeah, we'll top up with water and everything here before we go, and we'll see you at the next venue. Really living the dream. Parked in
Continental
car park. It's the other side of the road to Lidl. It seemed like a better quality car park to us. Parked here free. You can park here for 2 or 3 nights. What a great service. Why don't we offer this in the UK? Anyway, we're off down to the beach and to see if there are actually any waves here now. And when we were going down to the beach, we passed the car park that was going to be our first choice. When we had a look around it, it's a little bit too open and a little bit too close to the road, and that's why we went for our second choice of a supermarket park up. After riding for about half an hour, we reached this beach, where we sort of realised that once again we were lost. We're supposed to be here where this arrow shows. Nothing particularly unusual for us, and we normally wing it, but this time we had to consult Google Maps.
Just keep going and go straight. Look where the way. So that's where we came down, then we came around here. Yeah? And we should have gone straight on, I think. Sat now, Steve.
Yeah, what made you change?
Well, I think that nav needed recalibrating.
But by sheer luck, we found the old town square and the road that leads down to the point.
This must be the main place, because look at all the souvenirs. Yeah. So this is Nazaré Centre. It's ever so touristy, or it is at the moment, and this is out of season. I can imagine it's heaving during the summer season, so it's pretty hectic at the moment.
Lots of little stalls and activity with people, lots of little eating places.
And it's obviously the highest point because it overlooks this, what is a beautiful beach, and then another part of the town, but up here it's really crowded.
You always have to have a church bell in the background.
Good. This is the main entrance to like the point at Nazaré, where you overlook and you watch all the big waves.
And then you go through the arch and you're on the road down to the point, and you come across this funny fella. He's a 6.3 metre statue made of marble and steel, and apparently he's called Vido, and local legend says that he was out hunting deer when he nearly fell off a cliff, and the Lady of Nazaré saved him, and this statue is the artist's impression of this. But it's really not too surprising that he nearly fell off the cliff. There's these rocks that jut out all the way along and right down to the point. And if you're ever in this area of Nazaré and you happen to be out hunting for deer, you'd better watch out, because you could land up with a deer head too. You could see from up top that there was definitely no big waves to be seen, but I took a quick bike ride down to the point and had a little look, and it's a lovely beach the other side as well, but there were no waves, certainly not no big ones, and no surfers out either. They have a little tuk-tuk that brings you back up the hill because it's quite steep, so I had a race with him. He only just won. Past old Deerhead on the way back home. If you do this by foot, it's not really for the faint-hearted. About 10 minutes to get down, but it's an awful lot longer trying to get back up this hill.
Well, it's quite a serious hill right down to the headland where you can watch the enormous waves, but they were conspicuous by their absence. I think it must be the wrong time of the year or something, because there were definitely no more than just normal tiny little waves. But I mean, this old town itself and the coastline is pretty stunning. We've been so used to being away from people and in the wilds, and the very few times we've gone to places, they've not really been tourists like they are here, and there's just hordes of them.
But that's what this place is all about. It is the tourism. So.
Well, and the waves. They make it about the waves that brings the tourist, and then they've made it really touristy. how many times can you say tourist in one sentence? But
Yeah, there was a board bragging about 30-meter waves, but as Steve said, maybe it's the wrong time of the year, but there were like 1-meter waves.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, eh?
In actual fact, we haven't seen a single surfer so far.
We haven't seen a surfboard.
Yeah, there's no surf shops. Normally you get Billabong and all them, but there's nothing to do with surfing. So that's it. So this is two grumpy old people for Wrinkly Nomads. News at 10.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to Nazaré for now, folks, and also end this week's video here. We hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. We really do appreciate it. In our next video, it will be our last one in this Europe adventure, and we're making our way through Spain, across to Santander, and we're going to be catching a ferry back to the UK. So look out for that one. But for now, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next Wrinkly Nomads video. Bye for now.